Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Interesting article. We got 5 foreign fighters caught by the Russians and now they're prisoners and they are charged with certain crimes. There are some Britons, or there's one I think Swede and one Croat. No, I wasn't aware of the Croat, to be honest with you. I knew about the rest, but the Croat, somehow he just flew under the radar. So this article comes from Reuters from August 15th, 2022. Donetsk court charges Britons, Swede and Croat as mercenaries. 3 face death penalty. So Donetsk court charges Britons, Swede and Croat as mercenaries. 3 face death penalty. Foreign national captures during Ukraine-Russia conflict attend a court hearing in Donetsk. A Russian-backed separatist court in eastern Ukraine's Donetsk charged 5 foreign nationals captured fighting with Ukrainian forces with being mercenaries on Monday, saying 3 could face the death penalty, Russian media reported. Briton John Harding, Croatian Vjekoslav Prebeg and Swedish citizen Mattias Gustafsson, who were captured in and around the port city of Mariupol, face a possible death sentence under the laws of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic. Russian state-owned news agency TASS reported. 2 more Britons, Dylan Haley and Andrew Hill, were also charged but do not face execution. All 5 of the accused pleaded not guilty to the charges, TASS reported. That's very strange. The Russians, I think they had enough time to help them plead guilty, but it seems like they were not very convincing. So, it says here that in response to the charges against Prebeg, the Croatian Foreign Ministry said, and I'm quoting, "Croatia dismisses the indictment and does not consider it to be founded and legal because it is opposed to international law and international conventions on the treatment of detained civilians and prisoners of war." End quote. The British Foreign Office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The Donetsk authorities in June sentenced to death 2 Britons and 1 Moroccan citizen captured fighting with Ukrainian forces against Russia on charges of attempting to forcibly seize power and or being mercenaries. Foreign governments have declined to negotiate with the Donetsk People's Republic, one of the 2 Russian-backed entities that have controlled parts of East Ukraine's Donbas region since 2014, citing its internationally recognized status as part as Ukraine. Okay. So more people captured. 3 face possibly a death penalty. 2 will not. The other 2 Britons and the Moroccan were sentenced already, but I don't know if they. I know they appealed, but I didn't hear anything more about what happened with them. I don't expect obviously the foreign influence, the outside influence will have probably no value, which means the Russians will not pay any attention to whatever the Croat Foreign Ministry would say. And I don't think that Croatia is I would call it a friendly country towards Russia. So I don't think it's going to have much weight into protesting the decision. And the thing is, they can recognize it or not recognize it. I don't think the Russians will care. And it's like, for instance, the North Koreans, let's say something that North Korean was brought to justice or an Iranian or something like that, brought to justice in the United States. You think they will recognize the court? No, it's gonna be 2 alternate not only realities but also judicial systems, justice systems and procedures. I don't know, at one point these two clubs that will second one is in creation right now, in inception. The other one has been there for a few decades already, with the United States of America being its leader and the rest being just followers. Those are the countries that when you read articles or when you listen to the American mass media, they tell you about the allies and partners. So those are the partners, the bottom feeding countries. They have actually nothing to say. Whenever the United States says something, it always goes. Whenever some other ally says something, the United States could veto it at will. So that tells you the relationship of subordinate and master. But that's the way it is. It's always been like this, and it's always going to be like this. It's a matter of power. Now it's political power or it's physical power, military power. Regardless, the thing is, at the end, physical power will trump everything else. If it is about any kind of argument, and that just look around on this planet and see countries that are really quote unquote respected, they have a military power. Without military power, you are, but you're not. Let's say the Netherlands. Netherlands are good with certain kind of economic and banking system and so on. Militarily, they don't have enough people. That's their problem. And there is a small country which could be taken care of with one missile. And you have to have a strong military. Look at Israel, for instance. Israel has a, they don't report it, but we all know they already possess those kinds of weapons that they're not supposed to, if you go by what the international law says. But nobody is allowed to go and check on them, but they want to check Iran and other countries because they can. That's why, because they're stronger. And if you remember when Pakistan was the Prime Minister of Pakistan in the 70s or something, when he said that he will acquire the atomic bomb, even if his country has to eat grass, they will still acquire it, and they acquire it with the help of some friends from Middle East and other ones. So these two clubs will have a great chance, not as a positive, a great like a big chance to collide somewhere and to trigger a I wouldn't say the Third World War, I think the end, because they will not they will not be able to contain it. And besides, leaders come and go, and one leader with a short fuse might send us in the air. So three people sentenced to death, two not yet. Surprised about the Croatian, but this is another case of we have the power, we decide however we want. I don't know the details. Obviously we will never hear them. We're gonna hear the Russian arguments, we're gonna hear the other arguments, and it's gonna be in between, and it's gonna be done the way the Russians want, because they can't be pressured to do otherwise. They're too strong at this point. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.